Hey, very good evening, Karishma. Welcome to India Brainy Beauty Season 2. And of course,
Good
the
evening.
Powertalk. Good evening. How are you doing?
Excellent. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Excellent. Excellent. And of course, I have a friend like you, nutritionist.
Mm-hmm.
So, back to again with your topic because nowadays you guys are in, yeah.
Hmm.
Immunity, every day and night, immunity. Day and
Exactly.
night, I can hear this word. Immunity system, inside, outside, how you feel, how old age is happening, and how within, inside, and out you feel. So, everyday topic is like how the rumors are roaming in inside, outside, home. In the news, when we are in at home, news, of course, and outside also news.
True.
So this is the best take home for me and you and to have a good topic on the nutrition here. So Karishma, over to you because last year you were part of India Brainy Beauty
Yeah.
and this year again we are hosting a Power Talk show and we want to give back to the society by more information, right?
Yes.
So to you, how does nutrition help you feel and look good inside out? What is your take on?
So actually, I would like to say, I would have three elements about how you can look and feel good inside out. Because, we all are always worried about the way we look to the external world or the way we look in front of the mirror. But, if your inside ecosystem is not as clean, then the outside world is not going to, it's going to be blurred. It's not going to look beautiful. So I think the three elements that we should actually, everybody should be focusing on. The first is our food. So our food is literally information and medicine for the body. Like for example, if you go and check your vitamin status, like it's a simple B12 and B3. We are going and checking with a blood test, right? Because the food that we eat, which gets broken down, and then the nutrients are absorbed in the body. So food is actually energy, information, and connection of the body. It is that very important. So I love this beautiful quote, and I'm sure Rabia you would love it too. It's by Jeffrey Bland. He says, "We are what we absorb." I'm just going to extend that. That we are not just what we absorb. It's not just the foods. It's also the fluids, and it's also the thoughts. So I think all of them come together, and that's what actually makes you what you truly are. Because you could be eating the best food on the plate, but if you're in the zone of being worried, that is itself going to get your immunity down. It's going to basically work more negatively for you in your body. So that becomes an underlying stress that we are not looking at. The second most important thing is, I think for everyone to feel good, you really require your hormones to function very well on the most optimum level,
Um,
right? So the two raw materials, for the best hormones to be produced are your good quality proteins and your high quality fat, which usually we are taking in this food. It's not that we don't take in protein or we don't take in fat. The problem is that our Indian culture is used to a high carbohydrate diet and perhaps a more processed food diets, that we actually don't get enough importance to the proteins and the fats. So these two need to actually come in together. So technically, your palm size is an amount of protein that you require at least 3 times in a day. And when it comes to your fat, you can actually look at your thumb size, which is again that much is 2 times in a day you can give yourself, which we technically normally forget. Now, the third very important thing is, that, whenever we see any blemish on our skin, the first thing that we feel, okay, fine, maybe, we've not had enough water, or we are running to a skin doctor, which is fantastic. I mean, I would go to my skin doctor probably every 2 months. But the idea is that we need to understand that our gut, our internal gut is actually a screen for our outside world. So whatever we take in as food, if the food is fake, okay, not processed, it's not in the right balance, it is going to create an imbalance in your ecosystem, which will actually show on your skin. Now, to go one step further, your feel good hormone, which is basically determines your mood, your behavior, your instinct. The butterfly in your stomach, all of them basically, it's basically marked by serotonin. 90% of that is made in your gut. So, in case you are eating all the wrong foods, you're not going to be able to produce that in the right balance. And, when we talk about a patient like, your Indian Brainy and Beauty Awards, we're not only talking about somebody glowing vibrantly from outside, it's how a woman thinks from within. And more importantly, what she thinks about herself. And we say we are gifted with a sixth sense. So, the most easiest way to actually empower ourselves is to give that amount of love and care to. So I think when we actually encompass three things together, we'll be actually be able to use nutrition more in a celebratory factor rather than it, you know, rather than it tempting us with the wrong foods. Yeah,
Absolutely, I agree to that absorption. Like what you absorb, it comes into your skin. How you take it, how you glow, it is basically into the brains, what you put into, and absolutely when you eat, it goes to gut. And whatever you are taking in, whether it is through mind, whether it is inside, whatever it is. So we are here so much about superfood. What is your take on? Is it right to have for the body weight consumption? Superfood. Because I also just came to know superfood because I feel for me everything is superfood, including pani puri.
okay, so what the definition of superfoods is now,
Uh,
people that, quinoa is a superfood, you know,
huh,
and people would say
huh.
superfood. Now, I have a lot of people who tell me, but हमें तो traditional खाना खाना है. Why are we running behind superfoods? So let me actually calm everybody down because the definition of superfoods is high nutrient foods. So it can the same nutrient that is there in a jawar ka roti, or it is probably there in a vegetable like palak. Both are superfoods. It's just the industry is playing this whole gimmick where it's trying to promote some products. So of course, quinoa and oats are great by themselves, but they are not the only superfoods that we have. In our diet. The superfoods can be tomatoes because your tomatoes have lycopene, which is an amazing antioxidant, and it's the first antioxidant that we require for our skin. And it's your
Awaz?
sorry, you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, yeah, I could.
So the tomatoes itself is a superfood, you know. So there are few foods that
Like
actually
it's a
have.
red color, like it comes, whatever you eat, the color also come into your skin.
That's right. So the whole idea is to glow inside out, because even the amount of creams
Right.
that you, the amount of whatever you do, if your ecosystem within is imbalanced, it's not going to really show outside. Or then even if it shows, it'll be very temporary. So usually, even if you see meet the best dermatologists, they always will tell you just go inside food with the treatment that we give you. Otherwise, it's not going to work on the most optimal level. So I think with defining the superfoods, what I could like to add in is we need to emphasize a little more on the traditional foods to lose weight or keep the body in the right fat percentage, or to increase productivity. So, the first traditional foods, I mean, Rabia, something that you could correlate to would be, when we were younger and we were growing up, our grandmom made those achars, right? Those fermented vegetable achars, which just had carrots, cabbage, cauliflower. So literally having 1 to 2 tablespoons in a day actually help us to lose weight because they are loaded with bacteria. And there's a direct link in the right kind of bacteria that live in our gut for weight management. Then the second foods again come, which is again very traditional. It could be as simple as whole grains like rajgira or your bajra. Now, exactly the way we require food to live, so does the bacteria in our body. And they thrive on whole grains like rajgira and bajra. So imagine how traditional actually are we in our eating habits. The third most important foods that we can add would be your high fiber fruits. So again, your high fiber fruits would actually help your bacteria to thrive on, and they actually help to manage your blood sugar levels. That basically means stabilize energy levels, and that basically means that you are in the right state of mind, because your mood swings are affected with the of the blood sugar levels going up and down. You could have your apple, pears, oranges, sweet lime, guava, and papaya. Another very important thing is, I've really noticed people are really, really scared of good fats. They tell me, I don't have coconut oil or ghee because that's going to increase my fat percentage. The problem is not the fat. The problem is the trans fat, जो आपके packaged food से आता है. So actually, if you have coconut and ghee regularly in your day-to-day life, it'll actually help to get the inflammation low in the body, and that'll move your fat percentage. Secondly, when there's low inflammation in the body, your mind works better. In case you have inflammation in your gut, the inflammation can actually go into your brain, and that's when you can have your brain fog, mood swings, anxiety, and depression. So good fats are very, very important. And of course, then we can add a little of omega 3 to it, which comes in the form of your fish oils or your fish, along with walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. Okay. And lastly is your digestive bitters, which could be as simple as soft ka pani. So you actually have soft ka pani 15 minutes before your lunch and dinner. It actually excretes your digestive juices in your stomach, which help you to digest your foods well, break down the nutrients well, so the body absorbs them better and your body functions more optimally. So that's how it really works. So actually, for me, these are my superfoods, and not just those
So I
packaged.
have to remember that soft ka pani also, like.
Yeah.
So whenever we have been together in life so many times, I feel each time I get to know one lesson because I've been knowing you since so many times. I know one part goes into my head. How I have to do this now. So I'll
And
use it now. The soft ka pani 15 minutes before prior to the lunch and dinner,
it'll also help
and
you with the retention.
it helps into.
It helps to get rid of the water retention.
Okay. So what is your three lifetime food to look for feel good?
So I call them my three S's. So it is, take care of your stress. Okay, so that basically that can be taken care by, journaling. That every night that we journal three things that we feel grateful about, especially in the times that we are right now. So although the lockdown
Mhm.
has lifted, right, but we've still not gotten to the right normalcy. We are all trying to adjust to this new normal. So we are all like exactly how you started the whole show by saying that there's so much of news that we are absorbing, right? So rather than just looking at what is not going right with us still, if we look at the fact that within these tough times, even if there are three things that we are grateful about, that is a game changer for our stress levels, because that will help us to actually increase our resilience towards the stress. Then it can be meditation, it can be as simple as praying, or it can be as simple as you making a call to a friend and being a part of their life when they are not feeling good. Because when you are compassionate towards other people and as well as yourself, you are actually enhancing your own brain power. So that is the whole whole gift of nature that we have. Then the second one is the most, right now I think everybody's struggling with is, and is the most like people are just depriving themselves of it, is the sleep time. Look, I literally have people that I don't need to sleep more than 4 to 5 hours. We are like literally calling ourselves a superhuman, but we do require 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and more importantly, at the right time, and at the right time that you wake up. So we have to ensure that we keep our rhythm, the whole routine very accurate daily. It should not be that today we sleep late and we wake up late. It has to be done every day, exactly the way we were living earlier. And the third important thing is literally shake a little. That's my third S. Movement is so important. It helps to keep our fat percentage in check. It also helps to release all the endorphins, which are your feel good factors. So suddenly, like I have people who have like a sitting job, which is like probably for 7 to 8 hours in a day, and especially right now because we're not moving too much outside our workplace. I'm literally telling them that every 2 hours, give yourself at least 2 minutes. Either you stretch yourself well, or you probably just get on the floor and do push-ups, do a little jumping jacks. Anything that can keep movement alive is that important. And these three tools, if you continuously keep them in your awareness every single day, they're complete game changers.
Yeah, today I felt like sleeping pattern makes a very this thing. Today, first time I felt. Usually, I'm a very on time to bed in the night and getting up. Like in just for 2 hours extra sleep also makes you, difficult in your body. Like I felt it today. So I really imagine I'm very thankful to God, first of all, because of this COVID-19. I got to know a lot of new things, social media, the new techniques, and Instagram, and of course, lots and lots of learning. So, which is I'm very grateful. And the journaling, of course, very, very good. And like as you mentioned, how grateful and gratitude also makes it heals you. It heals within that. Yes, I'm thankful to God that I have got something to eat, and that's superfood, of course.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
so again with the brainy beauty, like I feel the women who are aspiring to be a beautiful women on the ramp and they are coming for the pageant, they want to know exactly which food will enhance the skin, especially this kind of skin. I'm glowing, am I?
Absolutely. So first is like shutting your eyes. We know that the most important thing is water. You know, when we tend to ask all the clients that how much water are you actually drinking in a day, most of the times I hear around a liter, and a liter is just 4 glasses, right? And the entire have glasses in the day. But I think we need to
Yeah.
go bit because we don't want to survive. We want. I think we got to look beyond a survival instinct and go to the optimal level of living. So for women, technically, it should be around at least 3 liters of water in a day. So in case you find it difficult to have that much water, you could actually experiment with different fluids. So you can have lime water in the morning. You can also alkalize yourself with apple cider vinegar, warm water. Also, the Softcup water that we spoke about. You can have coconut water. You can have diluted vegetable juices because that's also a form of water. So actually having all of these along with some infused water, so you can have in like simple as mint water, or just take your slices of fruits and just put it in. You're just getting certain flavor because I've noticed people don't like having plain water, right? So you can try a bit of all of this. And there are a lot of women who also find it difficult because their pressure level goes down in the first half of the day. So those people, if they don't have any medical issues, they can actually start their day with a little pinch of your pink salt in water. So all of these things go a long way in hydration.
What
That's
is this salt now? Like, since I also saw a lot of advertisement of the salt, pink salt, and all. Is it different from the regular Tata number?
no. So the idea of pink salt is just that it has more minerals compared to the normal.
Okay,
But again, your Tata Namak also has a kind of salt which is less in the sodium content. Because the idea is
okay.
that see, we think that salt is bad. The salt is not bad. Salt is very important for a lot of things in the body. The excess of salt consumption is bad. So if you actually take 3-4 teaspoon of salt in the entire day consumption, it's fine until unless you have medical issues where we go down to like literally 1/4 or half teaspoon. What we don't need to do is add additional salt. So instead of having salt shakers on your dining or your kitchen set, I ask people to actually have seaweed shakers, which is also a good source of iodine. They're sea vegetables. Plus, you can also use a lot of other flavorings like our seasonings like your dried ginger powder, or you have your garlic, basically all the herbs like your rosemary, all of them that can be added in foods rather than having excess consumption of salt. So salt isn't bad by itself. You just have to have it more smartly. Yeah.
Since you spoke about the herbs just now, so is it like how you define herbs and how, when, and how to take it? With
So
what to take, like?
So herbs can be had in anything. Like if I give you a simple one, like something I give you, let me give you an example of cinnamon. All right. Now cinnamon is it actually a prebiotic. It basically helps, in preventing the growth of bad bacteria. Plus, it helps with stabilizing your blood sugar level. So you can have it in lukewarm water first thing in the morning. You can also have them in your porridges because then they add sweetness to it. So it's just a simple way to add it. Secondly, when it comes to turmeric, now luckily, turmeric is very good for the brain. It actually helps to prevent even Alzheimer's. And we are blessed our Indian culture puts turmeric in every food. So it's as simple as
Hmm.
that. Besides that, what you could also do to enhance it, the entire consumption, you can use it with 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, with a little black pepper for better absorption. But our herbs are for us again superfoods for me. So they have been used in our kitchen for the longest time. हमसे भूल गए हैं because we are all used to
हाँ.
eat food. You know, a lot of times we like the food outside because the chef over there is actually making the optimal use of the right quality of fat, which could be maybe olive oil, and it can be a complete liberal use of the herbs that you are not using. And you think that the outside is better than the inside food. But actually, if you start using this and start making your foods more creatively, like for example, an evening snack as simple as asparagus sticks, just sauteed in olive oil and little rosemary, is a good snack by itself. But how many of us will actually make that at home? But the same thing when we get them, as like a side dish, with a grilled chicken or grilled fish, we are happy to like just dig up a knife and chop it and
Hmm.
eat it, right? So it's all about just ensuring कि just enter your kitchen. आप देखो what are the things that you kept in. Maybe we've never used it. Just go on a Google, try or connect with your friends or to experts and try to use them as much as possible in your daily life. So that's very important. Second
Yeah,
important
one
food,
more.
yeah.
Huh, yeah,
No,
you say.
I was the answer.
No, I am saying this, my generation and your generation I am talking about. Yeah, I would like to say one mention, a special mention about this. Okay, earlier we had Dada Dadi, Nani, Nani ka nuska, and
Correct.
our generation was just nowhere. And the new generation is taking those things in a different, fashionable way. Agree?
I tell you something. I think that people are actually getting more conscious about eating than before. So I think there was
Right.
a lot of gap in between where the whole processed foods came in, easy foods came in. But I'm always telling people the same thing. In fact, I was just talking to a friend today. I said, no, we are all are craving for the new normalcy, right? No, sorry, we are all are trying to adjust with the whole new normal and craving normalcy in our lives. I'm trying. I want to ask one question, and I want everybody to ponder on it. Aren't we all fed up of adjusting, with all the processed foods and actually craving the right traditional foods that our grandparents? I mean, it is something that we really, really need to think about. The fact that we have cravings. I mean, people will call me and tell me, "I have cravings. Can I have a dark chocolate?" I'm like, "No, you don't have cravings because you need the dark chocolate. You have cravings because you've not eaten a good food 2 hours back. You probably indulged into a wrong food." So it is so important to understand that the foods actually eaten earlier are the same foods back in style. We are all just trying
Huh.
to find a creative way to make it and entice people to have it. And that's all
Yeah, we
really.
are more creative now. The new generation is more creative in terms of food because there are a lot of things coming up in salads and a lot of things, new things have come up.
That's true.
So, so everybody is looking much better and trying to be better, best in terms of health and of course skin.
Yes.
So more and more opportunities to come to you as a doctor, as a nutritionist, as skin specialist, as anybody who are ready to coach onto life skills and how to be good and better. So, Karishma, thank you so much for giving such a powerful and power talk. Sometimes you feel in half an hour is just not enough to grab all those, whether to take a ghee or to take coconut oil, to take soft pani, to anything. So so each time I get one lesson. So today one lesson is that soft pani.
I'm glad.
Yes, thank you so much, and I'm very happy about it that we are back again with Brainy Beauty Show, and we'll be soon coming up with the audition, and people are really waiting to come on the show. And I hope you are going to guide them more and much more information with.
It will be my pleasure. Thank you so much, Rabia, for having me.
Thank you so much. Take care. Have fun. Bye.